Hello, this is Micah Olson, owner of the Effective Agent team. You're watching our 4-part series about why you should have an effective agent when you're selling your home. In this episode, we're going to be talking about saving money. Sometimes saving money by hiring an agent almost seems like contradictory terms to some people. Others understand it really well. There's some people out there that think, hey, the market has been good. I'm going to list my house, just throw it in a classified ad, throw it on Zillow and sell it myself. I'll save half the commission. In reality, working with an effective, dedicated team will save you quite a bit of money. And there's several ways where this comes into play. The first one is valuations. You know, we work with investors sometimes in the business, and one of the very first places that we look is in classified ads and for sale by owners on Zillow. The reason for that is often they don't have a good idea of the value of their home. I'm a premier agent with Zillow. Our whole team is premier agent status with Zillow. And so they send us internal documents on kind of what's going on in the company. One of the things they consistently tell us is valuations are plus or minus $40,000. So you've got to be careful with valuing your home. When you have an effective agent, we look at not just value, but the time on market, what the market trends are, what concessions people are looking for, and you get a great idea of what the value of your house is. And that can save you a lot of money. The second way, and this is a big way to save money when you're selling a house, if you have sold a house by yourself, without an agent representing you, you'll know that, man, probably 90% of the calls that you get are from real estate agents. And a lot of those want to list your house. Very rarely do you get an actual buyer who does not have an agent. And there's one good reason for that. When a buyer is serious about finding a house, when they're done kicking the tires and looking around online, they get a real estate agent that can aggressively help them go out and get a house. Now, the way that this saves you money to have an agent on your team, there is a fiduciary obligation of a buyer's agent to represent the buyer's best interest. They have no obligation to represent your best interest. Legally, ethically, they are obligated to get the best deal possible that they can for their buyer. So when they get into negotiations and they're talking to you about comps and this house over here and you've been on the market for 45 days and we need this long for inspections, and then they come back from inspections and they say, we found this and this and this and this and this wrong, and now we need you to drop the price by $10,000. You know, when you've got somebody on your side, that agent automatically loses the power that they have in that negotiation. The listing agent, your agent, will say, well, hey, wait a minute, you know, what about this and this and this and this, and that doesn't cost that much, and now all of a sudden they're agreeing to $1,000 instead of $10,000. So you will save money having an effective agent on your team who can negotiate in your behalf. Another thing with having an effective agent is kind of the ins and outs of contracts and scams that are going on right now. There's a market right now where the Board of Realtors just sent out a warning, and this will spread throughout the country. What's happening is, in a real estate contract, there are certain things that you have to do as a seller. You have to provide title company docs and preliminary title reports and HOA information if you're in the HOA, and seller property disclosures. And if a property's older than 1978, you have lead-based paint disclosures and things like that. A lot of disclosures. There's a group going around right now that they'll come and put an offer on a home, especially if it's not represented. They love that. They'll put $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 of earnest money down. And then what happens is, the day after the seller disclosure deadline, all of a sudden there's a lawsuit filed that says you didn't provide us with a financial statement from the HOA, or you didn't provide us with a preliminary title report, or whatever. And contractually, you are in default on the contract. There was just a lawsuit that was won in Park City, Utah. $20,000 of earnest money. The seller did not provide property disclosures on time, or maybe it was a PR, I don't remember the exact thing. The buyers won the case, and the default remedy in Utah on the contract is the amount of the earnest money. So the sellers unknowingly thought they had good faith on the contract. The buyers sued them and won $20,000. An effective real estate agent can save you a bunch of money when you're selling your home.